Welcome to an international celebration of spiritual living, a joining of two communities, one in Barbados and the other in the United States of America, who gather each week to celebrate spiritual living together. This service is presented by Centers for Spiritual Living Joyful Heart Teaching Center and Centers for Spiritual Living Barbados Teaching Chapter. These two congregations are bound by a shared commitment to the truth that we are all expressions of the one life that lives through everything. Whether you're joining us live on Sunday at 6 in the evening Eastern Time, or catching the replay Monday at 8 in the evening Eastern Time on New Thought Media Network, you are part of this circle now. Every week brings something new, a new teaching, a new experience, a new invitation into deeper presence. So settle in, open your heart, and let's celebrate together.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. What a blessing it is to be here with you today. I am Reverend Gina, and I am here in sunny Rhode Island, and I am so grateful to come together with you for this wonderful International Sunday service. This service is co-sponsored by the Barbados Teachings Chapter, as well as Joyful Heart Teaching Center of Centers for Spiritual Living. And we have people from all over the world, and we have some wonderful people here to celebrate with us this afternoon. We are teaching a science of mind, which combines philosophy, religion, and science. We're a spiritual community that lovingly embraces all. We celebrate diversity through the practice of the science of mind teachings and the principles for betterment of each individual and the oneness of all. Welcome each, welcome all, welcome home. Thank you for being here with us. And it is a wonderful topic today. I am very excited. It is parables and planning. And this is, I've heard it and I love it and I requested it. So I hope you would enjoy it as much as I have. And today we have some wonderful music for you. So I thank all of the people that share their talents with us in every way. So we're going to start by imagining.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above was only a sky. Imagine all the people living for today. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. And you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
Yes, I hope that you'll join us and the world will live as one. I love the words to that song. May we live into that in amazing ways. And again, I'm Reverend Gina. Blessed to have you here with us. Thank you. Thank you for being part of this celebration with us. And I have the blessing of introducing a wonderful woman that I appreciate and so grateful to have her celebrating with us. Reverend Nana, thank you for being here with us. Thank you so much. How are you doing tonight?
I am wonderful. It's been a great day, and I am just grateful. I'm just grateful and happy to be alive.
She is joining us from the Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta, is where she's representing, and it is a gift to have you. So I am leaving the prayer to you.
Thank you so much, Reverend Gina. I'm just grateful to be here. I had shared that Barbados is my ancestral home. My great-grandfather was from Barbados. And so it's like a homecoming for me. And so let us just come to the moment and just bring our focus here and just know that all is well, all is in divine order, and we can be in peace and love, and just let Spirit celebrate in us, through us, and as us. This is one world that we're living in. Differences that are there are all expressions of the one. One God, one life. One with the one who is all-knowing, all-seeing, provides everything. The image of whom I am. And I'm just so grateful for all of this because I can let go of things that come up that aren't part of my plan, that aren't part of my calling and mine to do. I let go of things that no longer serve me. I let doors close and let that be the sign that something new is afoot. Spirit gives me a new day, a new plan. I am open to that space, knowing that Spirit fills me, and I am restored, refreshed, and confident. I trust and know that God is all that there is, and I have nothing to be worried about. I open myself to the commitment that is calling me, knowing that all is provided that I need. And really, I have no worries, knowing that God is the source, God is the all, and that God knows no failure. So the plans are successful, especially when we allow. We open ourselves to this new teaching, to this new experience, to this new expression, knowing that it is all God and that is all that there is. So confidently, faithfully, and boldly, I say yes. I say yes to the calling. I say use me. I say fill me, that I may be poured out into the world and just be there to be used, because there is more than enough for all of us. Knowing this, I can let go and I can be at peace and I can be calm. And I can just embody the goodness and the power and the presence and the love that God is, that Spirit is. Knowing this to be my truth, I release it. I let it be. And I say, and you may join me, and so it is. Ashe. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And so it is.
And
Thank you
so
so
it
much for
is.
that beautiful prayer, Reverend Nanda.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Yes.
you for being here. So the next person I get the blessing of introducing is my partner in crime here, and my partner in the production of this wonderful endeavor that we have here. And we are also grateful to New Thought Media Network for allowing us to use this platform as well. So thank you, everyone, for being here with us and celebrating with us. And I give this beautiful reading over to Sonia.
Thank you, Reverend Gina. Good evening, everyone. I am Sonia Harte, and I'm in Barbados. The reading today is taken from our Science of Mind text and reporting the Bible in accordance with the writings of Ernest Holmes. This section is the kingdom and the mustard seed, Matthew 13, 31 and 32. The kingdom of heaven is like a grain of mustard seed. From a knowledge of mental action, we know that a constructive idea, planted or buried in the subjective mind, tends to grow into a real condition. Jesus could not have chosen a more comprehensive way to illustrate this point. And following on from that, and again continuing with the Sense of Mind text, is the seed of perfection is hidden within. Holmes says, and I'm reading directly from the text, this original life is infinite. It is good. It is filled with peace. It is of the essence of purity. It is the ultimate of intelligence. It is power. It is law. It is life. It is in us, in that inner sanctuary of our own nature, hidden perhaps from the objective gaze, nestles the seed, perfection. In our ignorance of truth, we have misused the highest power we possess. And so great is this power, so complete is our freedom in it, so absolute the domain of law through, that the misuse of this power has brought upon us the very conditions from which we suffer. We are bound because we are first free. The power that appears to bind us is the only power in the universe which can free us. This is why Jesus summed up his whole philosophy in this simple statement. It is done unto you as you believe. The great teacher looked so deeply into nature that she revealed her fundamental simplicity to him. That believe and that as symbolize heaven and hell. And so we suffer not because suffering is imposed upon us, but because we are ignorant to our true nature. That's the end of the reading.
And so it is. Thank you, Sonia. The next song that I have today is an absolute favorite, and it was a choice of Reverend Sharri. The song is from Michael Gott, and it is Amazing Things. I invite you to take these words in and really receive them.
Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings, and with every step you take. Bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go, and the people you will know. Don't worry when, where, or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings, and you will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes, take a breath, and smile. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Oh, I know you will. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing. Sing it with me. Just look at somebody for a second and sing. Amazing. Look at somebody else. Amazing. You will do. You will do amazing things. Oh, I know you will. Amazing. Yes, amazing. You will do amazing things. Can you feel that? Such beautiful energy we've created right here.
Yes, it is absolutely a beautiful thing, and you will do amazing things. And I wish you could see the view that I had of our people that are with us tonight, because Reverend Sharri was singing along. The hands were flailing. It is a wonderful thing when we are truly present and living in the moment. So I know that you're going to enjoy her as much as I do. She is truly a gift in my life. Reverend Dr. Sharri is an ordained minister of religious science and the senior minister and CEO of One Heart's Retreat, which is an online focus ministry. She opened and operated successfully the first CSL affiliated retreat center on earth for 4.5 years before taking her ministry fully online. During that time, she served on CSL's Global Heart of Peace Initiative for over 5 years. She's published 2 primers of affirmative prayer, Treatment with Training Wheels, and God Talk for Kids. And before ministry, Reverend Dr. Sharri spent 30 plus years as a college educator, and the last 10 of them online. She's received her Doctors of Wisdom studies from Emerson Theological Institute, hosted shows on New Thought Media Network, and is now the director of quality review for Emerson. She's an amazing gift, and I am blessed to introduce Reverend Dr. Sharri McMurray.
Thank you.
And it is a wonderful topic that I'm blessed and grateful for, parables and planning.
This comes from my very most favorite class in ministerial school, which was metaphysical Bible interpretation. You know, Jesus is often called the master teacher because he taught us by his actions and by his words how to live from spiritual truth. Jesus lived in a time when most people were illiterate. So in order to make his message easy to understand and remember, he often taught using parables, stories with spiritual meaning behind the literal one, just like Aesop's fables. When we combine Jesus' parables with metaphysical interpretation, we discover timeless truths that we can use right now today. My favorite Jesus parable is the parable of the sower. To refresh your memory, here's the story. Once upon a time, there was a farmer who went out to plant his crop. That's called sowing seeds, and hence the name sower. This man was not very careful about how he planted his seeds. He just tossed them onto the ground a handful at a time without paying much attention to where they were landing. Some of his seeds fell out in the open on the road beside his field, and the birds just gobbled them up because birds love seeds. Some of them fell in the gravel on the shoulder of the road where there wasn't much actual soil. And so even though the weeds could sprout up, they couldn't send down roots to hold moisture. And when the sun came out, it burned those tender shoots to a crisp. Some of the seeds fell in the weeds between the shoulder of the road and the field. See how we're moving from the road into the middle? From between the shoulder of the road and the field. And when they sprouted, the weeds, which had been there for a long time and had very deep roots, just choked them out before they could send down any roots to anchor themselves. Only the seeds that actually landed in the field he had tilled in advance, prepared for it to welcome them, were able to put down strong roots and grow to maturity. Those were the seeds that became plants that could be harvested and sold. And they grew so well that there was plenty to sell and still use some to start next year's crop. Now, whenever Jesus told one of these stories, the parables, he said, if you're listening, which is not the same as hearing, then you will get my point. Now, I paraphrase a little bit, but the sentiment's accurate. What's the difference between just hearing and listening? Well, in order for you to hear, just one thing has to happen. A sound wave has to hit your eardrum. That's it. Sound wave hits your eardrum, you have heard. Now, for you to be listening, you have to listen to that sound. Your brain has to translate it into a picture because we think in pictures, and your mind has to look at the picture and decide what it means. In other words, you have to pay attention to the sound. So now that we've heard the sounds of the story, we're ready to take the pictures and figure out what they mean. First, let's look at the elements of the story, the pictures in our minds. We have the sower, the seeds, the road that we're working our way back out, the gravelly patch, the weeds, the tilled field, and the birds. These are all symbols that represent important concepts that get us to the moral of the story, the message that it holds for us. Let's start with the easy one first. What do the seeds represent? Well, that's ideas, teaching, truth. And how did the seeds end up where they did? Well, the sower put them there. So who do you suppose the sower might represent? What do you suppose the sower might represent? Two different aspects. So the first is God, the universe, because we know God never shuts up. God throws out ideas 24/7, 365, and anybody who wants them can snatch them up and do something with them. The second is the human ego, which doesn't always pay attention to where it's going or what it's trying to do. Now, where did the seeds land? They landed on the road. They landed in the gravel. They landed in the weeds, and they landed in the field. What do all of those things have in common? The soil, the dirt. What makes them different is the amount of soil and the quality of the soil. On the road, it was hard packed, difficult, dense. No way seeds were going to get in there and plant roots, even if the birds hadn't snatched them up already. The second one is in the gravel. Now the gravel, gravel is little rocks. It has dirt in it. The weeds could sprout, but they couldn't get through the rocks to make long roots that could anchor them to grow safely. And then the weeds, oops, I forgot to tell you what the gravel is. The road is the hard surface, and it represents our unconsciousness, our complete inattention to what we're supposed to be looking at. Then the gravel represents negative ideas like resistance and fear, or people who promote those ideas, most of them in the media. What about the weeds? Well, the weeds represent race consciousness, old mistaken beliefs, media influence, things you see on the news and on Facebook and all the media. And the last place the seeds fell, the tilled field, what might that represent? Well, listening instead of just hearing. Awareness, conscious awareness, and a higher consciousness that is paying attention all the time. We're always looking to see what new seeds God's planting in our awareness. And I think you get the idea, but we forgot one of the symbols. That was the birds. What do you think they represent? The birds represent opportunity seekers, shortcut hunters, and laziness. They didn't have to do any work. They let the farmer do all the work, and all they had to do was just go down there and hop up, pick up the seeds and fly away. So now that we have all the pieces, let's try putting them together and retelling the story through the symbols. This is actually the process that you can use no matter what's going on in your life. Once upon a time, God or the universe sent out a stream of ideas. In fact, this is still happening. It is always happening because God never shuts up. God is infinite and eternal and always giving. These ideas landed in human minds, and some of those minds were completely closed to new ideas, so they just ignored the ideas and let them be taken up by folks who were searching for something different. Other ideas landed in minds that were interested, but still full of old stuff that they were afraid to release, so the new ideas couldn't sink in and make a difference. Still others ended up in minds that were so busy listening to other people, the media, the infamous they who say just about anything, that they choked those new thoughts off before they could really be understood. But some of those wonderful, delightful, exciting new ideas landed in minds that were aware of their own divinity and recognized the ideas as inspired gifts from God. Those ideas were watered and nurtured until they grew into new expressions of wonder and delight. And then they were shared with others who needed to know those things. Does that sound like a valid interpretation? What that takes care of the parable. Now we need to address the planning. How do parables or their metaphysical interpretations help us with planning our lives? What I want you to realize is that metaphysical interpretation is actually a tool that involves imagination. One of the greatest gifts of humanity, the ability to imagine something you're not looking at. And therefore, it is unlimited in its scope. We can choose any situation and we can turn it into a parable. It can be one from the past, it can be something current, or even a situation that doesn't yet exist except in your imagination. In each case, the steps are the same. First, you identify the major components of the story. Now, I get teased a lot because I'm a nitpicker when it comes to grammar, but I'm old enough that that's how I was taught it. So what you're looking for are nouns, verbs, and adjectives. They can all be symbols. Places, numbers, names, anything that's not and, but, or is probably part of the story. Then you're going to decide what each symbol represents. And that's not always easy because understanding is like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. So you have to look at what that symbol did or what was done to it and what the result was. And if you can, why that was used. Then you identify the choices, issues, and options that are presented by the story. You might even decide to expand the story to add some new options or symbols. In other words, ask yourself, what's the point of this story? What's the outcome of this story? Why do I need to know this story? Retell the story using the symbolic meanings and choosing the optimal outcome, because remember, it's your imagination in charge and you get to pick what it says. This usually brings the story from wherever you found it into the present moment, where it can do you the most good. I love parables. They provide entertainment, education, inspiration, and possibility. There is one other aspect of parables that I don't want to forget because it's really my favorite, and that's mystery. Parables are just loaded with mystery. Yes, but they are also wonderful tools for detection when there is a mystery you want to solve. So they work both ways, especially when the mystery takes the form of, what should I do about fill in the blank? Do you see how you could turn whatever fills the blank into a parable? Hint, if there's a story from your past that you tell over and over and over again, maybe, just maybe, that could be turned into a parable and interpreted metaphysically. Then the result could be that you glean the blessing of that story and then release the story, and nobody ever has to listen to it. As an example of an entertaining modern parable, I'd like to share with you my favorite one. It was written in the 1970s by humorist Irma Bombeck, and it's called When God Created Mothers. When the good Lord was creating mothers, he was into his 6th day of overtime when an angel appeared and said, "You're doing an awful lot of fiddling around on this one." And God said, "Have you read the specs on this order? She has to be completely washable but not plastic, have 180 movable parts, all replaceable, run on black coffee and leftovers, have a laugh that disappears when she stands up, a kiss that can cure anything from a broken leg to a disappointed love affair, and 6 pairs of hands." The angel shook her head slowly and said, 6 pairs of hands? No way. "It's not the hands that are causing me problems," God remarked. "It's the 3 pairs of eyes that mothers have to have." "That's on the standard model?" asked the angel, and God nodded. "1 pair that sees through closed doors when she asks, 'What are you kids doing in there?' and she already knows. Another here in the back of her head that sees what she shouldn't, but what she has to know. And of course, the ones here at the front that can look at a child when he goofs up and say, 'I love you, I understand,' without so much as uttering a word." "God," said the angel, touching his sleeve gently, "get some rest, maybe tomorrow." And God said, "I can't. I'm so close to creating something so close to myself. Already I have one who heals herself when she's sick, can feed a family of 6 on a pound of hamburger, and can get a 9-year-old to stand under a shower." The angel circled the model of a mother very slow. "It's too soft," she sighed. "But tough," God said excitedly. "You can't imagine what this mother can do or endure." "Can it think?" "Not only can it think, it can reason and compromise," said the Creator. Finally, the angel bent over and ran her finger across the cheek of the mother. "There's a leak," she pronounced. "I told you were trying to put too much into this one." And God replied, "It's not a leak, it's a tear." "What's it for?" asked the angel. "It's for joy, for sadness, for disappointment, for pain and loneliness and pride." "You are a genius," said the angel. Somberly, God said, "I didn't put it there." Now for a metaphysical interpretation. First, we identify the major components of the story. Obviously, we have God, the angel, and the model mother, plus hands, eyes, a laugh, a kiss, and tears. Lots to work with. We also have compassion, wisdom, understanding, healing, and ingenuity and endurance. More work, more tools to work with. Now we have to decide what each symbol represents. So let's say God is our higher nature, or spirit in general, or the creative impulse that sneaks up on you when you're not looking. The angel is human curiosity, probably our most powerful gift. Yeah, the ability to be curious. The model mother is the potential, the human potential, which is in itself unlimited. The hands, eyes, and lap are the physical senses through which we experience spirit, and spirit experiences us. Kisses and tears, those are human emotions that allow us to connect with each other. Compassion, wisdom, understanding, healing, ingenuity, endurance, these are all God qualities, the tools we use to help each other discover our true nature. Step 3, identify the choices, issues, and options presented by the story. Well, the point of this story is that A, God is infinitely creative. B, mothers are manifestations of amazing divinity. C, spirituality and humor are compatible. And D, God qualities are the tools we use to discover our true nature, which is divine. Step 4, retell the story using the symbolic meanings and choosing the optimal outcome. Spirit is ever creating, and everything spirit creates is created from its own substance. So when God created mothers, all of the God qualities that would be needed to help children discover their own divinity were automatically included in the design. Compassion, wisdom, understanding, healing, ingenuity, endurance, and of course, the big one, love. God's idea of human development as unlimited growth and potential are manifested in the patience, determination, and willingness to sacrifice that are an innate part of motherhood. God's qualities are inherent in human beings, and so is the creativity and imagination of divine mind. Of course, God did not limit these qualities to mothers, since they are such wonderful tools for all of humanity. God just planted their seeds in mothers so they would spread throughout the human race. This parable reminds me that parables can also be a scientific mind treatment, like this one. God is love, and God made everything there is out of love, so I am made out of love. I am always wrapped in God's love, safe and secure. God uses my arms to love other people with hugs. God uses my voice to love other people with kind words. God uses my hands and feet and heart to love other people with kind actions. When I let God love other people through me, I let God love me too. And I know that I am the love of God right here and right now. I am grateful for the love of God that is in me and around me and is me. I let this happy knowing go out from me to bless my whole world. And so it is. There are tons of elements in this parable. Of course, God and I in love. Also arms, voice, hands, feet, heart. And very importantly, other people. It's hard for us to do anything really creative if we don't have any other people to point it at. God represents, of course, the first cause or creative impulse. I, me, and my represent humankind, and love represents unlimited, unconditional, divine love with a capital L. Arms, voice, hands, feet, and heart represent the parts of ourselves that allow us to express our divinity and to recognize it in others. Other people represent diversity in oneness. The story, or the point of this parable, is that God is all there is, always present, always creating, and always experiencing its own self with a capital S through its creations, humankind among them. And when we get that point, we experience and express all that God is because we are consciously aware of the oneness of spirit, life, love, and wisdom. Now, let's take the sense of God, this sense of guidance and purpose into prayer. I'm going to close with this little prayer. God is all there is. God is the fabric of the universe. God is the loom upon which that fabric is woven, the thread from which it is woven, and the weaver of the tapestry. I am a vibrant pattern in this tapestry of life that is God, animated by the life of God, designed by the intelligence of God, and motivated by the love of God. All that God is, it put into creating me. I am the physical manifestation of one unique, sparkling idea in the mind of God. God's life is my life, infinite, eternal, and ever expanding. My gifts and talents are essential to the unfolding evolution of humanity. I'm excited by this journey. Knowing the wisdom of God assures that I know what I need to know when I need to know it. The unfailing law of God through my word assures that I have whatever I need whenever I need it. And the grace of God guides me to give what is mine to give in every moment. The love of God flows to me and through me in a torrent, an absolute whitewater cataract of life that lifts me up and moves me forward, that supports me and brings me joy. There is nothing I cannot do, nothing I cannot be, and nothing I cannot have. I am filled with gratitude for the peace, the presence, and the comfort that flow from this knowing. And I release my word to universal law, confident that it is done. So it is, and so let it be. Namaste.
And so it is. Thank you so much, Reverend Sharri, for that beautiful message. And for those of you that may have noticed, her beloved husband, Tim, is sitting right beside her. We got to see her occasionally pop in and out. So it's wonderful to know that your beloved is there with you. And thank you for sharing that beautiful story with us. Thanks so much. It has been a blessing to be here with you. We celebrate every week with different ministers, different stories, different celebrations and traditions. And we are so grateful that you're here to celebrate with us. We have one final song before we go, and it is Joy Rising by Claudia Carawan. And my prayer for you as you are on your way, may you be blessed and may you have joy rising. Thank you for being here with us this week. You are loved. Blessings and love.
Morning sky, there's a feeling in the air so rare that you can't deny, sweeping forward unrehearsed, spreading over all the universe, an awakening uncompromising, joy rising, joy rising, joy rising, joy rising, joy rising, joy rising, yeah, 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 yeah. It's a feel-good vibe you cannot explain, rolling out at the speed of light like a runaway train, like a flash mob celebration, fearless jubilation, an awakening uncompromising, joy rising, joy rising, joy rising, joy rising, joy rising, joy rising. It's in the moment of creation when a new idea is born. It's there in the room when you wake on Christmas morn. It's happiness squared times ecstasy. It's a moment of unity. I believe that we are finally here, standing at the crossroads of a new frontier. Realization of heaven here and now, awakening through the dream that escaped us somehow. Joy rising, joy rising, joy rising, joy rising, joy rising, joy rising.
Thanks for watching our International Celebration of Spiritual Living. Join us again next week. Presented by Centers for Spiritual Living, Joyful Heart Teaching Center, and Centers for Spiritual Living Barbados Teaching Chapter. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.